Have you ever met someone who just exudes confidence and independence? Someone who doesn't need anything from anyone, yet everyone seems to want to be around them? What's their secret? The truth is, they've mastered a powerful mindset that makes them unattainable, someone who commands respect without seeking it. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the secrets of becoming truly untouchable and why you should make this your new reality. You see, when you stop seeking validation, stop explaining yourself, and start prioritizing your peace, your entire world begins to shift. People who master this mindset don't beg for attention or approval. They simply exist with unwavering self-assurance, and their presence alone demands respect. Imagine how different your life would be if you could achieve this level of inner power and control. By the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to stop being manipulated or controlled by external forces, how to set boundaries that protect your energy, and why mystery and silence are the keys to becoming magnetic. This is your chance to take back your power, prioritize yourself, and attract the respect you deserve. So, stick with us. Your transformation starts right now. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Strengthening your emotional control is not just a choice, it's a transformative practice that will change the very way you interact with the world. If you are truly committed to embracing this shift, then I urge you to take action for 1 week, just 7 days to start, and see how powerful this exercise can be. Every time something triggers an impulsive reaction in you, whether it's frustration, anger, or anxiety, pause for a full 5 seconds before responding. Don't let the moment control you. Instead, take that brief pause to observe yourself. How does your body feel? Is there a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or a wave of anxiety rushing through you? These sensations are not random. They're your body's way of signaling that there is something inside of you that is yet to be mastered. It's telling you that there's still work to be done, and you are ready for that growth. Start by making a list of the situations that trigger these reactions the most. Take the time to analyze why these things set you off. Is it because you feel disrespected? Or perhaps it's a fear of failure or rejection? Each night, reflect on the day. Ask yourself, how many times today did I let something external affect me? Picture yourself as someone who is unshaken by the world, someone who no longer falls into these emotional traps. Visualize that stronger version of you and start making this new mindset your identity. You are not just improving, you are evolving. When you change your internal world, everything else changes too. The most empowering part of this journey? When you learn to let go, this inner strength multiplies in ways you never thought possible. There's a profound truth that many people fail to realize. Attachment is our greatest vulnerability. It's what keeps us chained to things, to people, and to situations that no longer serve us. We hold on, clinging to things because we believe that if we let go, we'll lose something precious. But in reality, the act of letting go is the ultimate act of self-liberation. Letting go is not a loss, it's freedom. Carl Jung understood this better than anyone. He spoke of detachment as a vital process for individuation, the journey of becoming your true self. When you cling to the past, to painful memories, or to things that are beyond your control, you remain trapped in a cycle that keeps you from moving forward. But when you embrace detachment, when you face the fear of letting go, that's when true power emerges. When you no longer fear loss, you become untouchable. Now, think about it. How many times have you stayed in a place that no longer serves you? How many times have you held on to a relationship that drains you simply because you were afraid to let go? How often have you tried to change someone, hoping that one day they would become the person you need them to be? Here's the harsh reality. Anything that you have to beg to stay is not worth having. Nothing that has to be forced is genuinely yours. And the most painful truth of all? Anything that costs you your peace is far too expensive. The strongest individuals know the importance of letting go. They don't stay where they're not valued. They don't persist where there's no respect. They don't fear loss, because they understand that what's truly meant for them will never have to be fought for. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you make space for what's meant to be. So, how can you begin to let go without feeling like you're losing something? The key is shifting your mindset about detachment. Jung said, "What you resist persists. What you accept transforms you." Letting go isn't about losing. It's about accepting. Accepting that some people were only meant to teach you something, not to stay forever. Accepting that some opportunities were never meant for you. Accepting that certain cycles must end for you to move forward into your next chapter. Face the fear of letting go. It's normal to fear the unknown, fear of being alone, fear of making a mistake, fear of regretting it later. But here's the secret. When you confront that fear, you realize it was never as big as you thought. Try this liberating exercise. Think of something you're struggling to let go of right now, a relationship, a thought, or a situation. Now, ask yourself, what would happen if I simply stopped carrying this burden? Imagine the lightness, the peace, the sense of tranquility that would fill your heart. That feeling of freedom is your confirmation that letting go is the right choice. And when you're struggling, repeat this mantra, "I trust that what is meant for me will come effortlessly." Because the truth is, nothing that is truly yours will ever need to be held onto desperately. Let go. Set yourself free. Embrace your worth and watch how the world shifts around you. Breaking the pattern of emotional attachment is one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself. The next time you feel the urge to hold on to something or someone that does not value you, do the opposite. Walk away. Let go. Observe what happens when you stop chasing after what wants to leave. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but soon you'll realize something extraordinary. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for something better to enter your life, something the universe has been waiting to deliver. More often than not, when you let go, the rewards are greater than what you could ever have imagined holding on to. The ultimate test of whether you need to let go of someone or something is simpler than you might think. Imagine for a moment that they are no longer in your life. How do you feel about that thought? If, in that moment, you experience peace instead of anxiety, then your answer is clear. You've been holding on out of fear or attachment, not because it was meant for you. Often, the real issue isn't attachment itself, but our resistance to accept the obvious, that we are clinging to something that was never meant to stay in our lives. When you finally master the art of letting go, your energy begins to shift. You no longer live in a state of lack or longing, but in a state of abundance and self-assurance. People start perceiving you differently because the confidence of someone who is not afraid to lose is magnetic. You'll feel an inner strength and control over your life that comes from the understanding that you no longer need to hold on to things that drain your energy. Letting go is the ultimate test of self-trust. Those who cannot release are still trapped by fear, their pasts, and their insecurities. But there is something even more powerful than letting go, something that truly sets you apart, the art of silence. This is what separates the truly untouchable from the rest of the world. Silence and mystery are your hidden treasures. They increase your value. In a world where everyone is desperate to be seen, heard, and validated, the one who knows how to remain quiet, reserved, and centered has an unparalleled advantage. Silence is your power. It's the space where your true strength lies. Not revealing too much, not reacting impulsively, and avoiding unnecessary explanations make you a figure that others can't easily decipher. What people cannot understand, they become drawn to. Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of our time, spoke extensively about introspection and the importance of controlling your narrative. The most powerful individuals are those who don't feel the need to announce their every thought, feeling, or plan. Instead, they act, they observe, and they let their results speak for themselves. The majority of people, however, lack control over their words and their energy. They talk excessively, over-explain, and constantly try to justify their every move. Every unnecessary word they speak becomes ammunition that others can use against them. The psychology of silence is profound, and its impact on your life is immense. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. When you are too accessible, too predictable, and too talkative, you lose a sense of intrigue. You diminish your value, leaving no mystery, no depth, and nothing that compels others to want to discover more about you. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. In personal relationships, for instance, if you're always available, always sharing, always explaining yourself, you lose your appeal. A thought that crosses your mind, you become a safe but uninteresting option. People will take you for granted. In the workplace, if you reveal too much about your plans and strategies, others will get ahead of you or take advantage of your information. In life in general, if you constantly feel the need to explain your decisions, provide reasons for everything you do, or justify every step you take, others begin to feel entitled to have an opinion about your life. When you choose to be more reserved, when you embrace silence and mystery, you stop seeking approval from others. This shift in your behavior transforms how people view you. It makes you rare, it makes you respected, and it makes you powerful. Fact number 1, the less you reveal, the more control you hold over your life. Silence is more than just the absence of words. It is a powerful shield, a fortress that guards your inner world. Not everyone needs access to your deepest thoughts, and not everyone has earned the right to peer into your soul. As you begin to speak less and listen more, you start to unlock a secret weapon: awareness. You see what others are truly saying between the lines, you uncover hidden motives, and you begin to read the room with unparalleled precision. Silence, in its most refined form, is an art that makes you unpredictable, mysterious, and, ultimately, more powerful. In a world where everyone feels the need to over-explain, those who remain composed and quiet stand out. They carry an aura of confidence that commands respect. You begin to notice it too. The more you hold back, the more people respect your space. They see that you are not someone who is easily swayed by the whims of others, someone who does not need constant validation. It is this air of self-assuredness, this strategic silence, that attracts respect in ways that words never could. You start to become a person of intrigue, a person whose every move, no matter how small, carries weight and significance. To truly harness this power, you must learn the art of mystery. Don't reveal your plans before they're set in motion. Far too many people announce their next move, only to see it fail before it even begins. Don't warn others. Don't waste your time explaining decisions or justifying your choices. You owe no one an explanation for the path you choose. Once you've made your decision, stand firm in it. Let your actions speak louder than your words ever could. Your body language, your posture, and even the way you carry yourself speak volumes. A steady gaze, a neutral expression, and well-timed pauses, these small gestures can have more impact than 1,000 words. Silence, in these moments, is not awkward. It's intentional. True power lies not in constant chatter, but in knowing when to remain quiet and let the world come to you. Powerful individuals are at peace with silence because they know they don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their presence alone commands attention. They make others wonder, what are they thinking? What will they do next? Curiosity naturally builds when there is something left to uncover, something to discover. This uncertainty becomes your greatest asset. The longer you remain elusive, the more others will be drawn to you. The pause is another tool in your arsenal. When faced with difficult or uncomfortable questions, take a moment to collect your thoughts. Don't rush to speak, just to fill the silence. That brief pause, it shows that what you're about to say matters. It gives your words more weight and significance. It makes others listen more intently, wondering what you'll say next, because they know that what you say will not be trivial. It will be important. And here's another powerful truth. Never share your weaknesses with just anyone. Vulnerability is a gift, but it's a sacred one. If you give others access to your vulnerabilities too easily, they may use them against you. Protect your inner world. Share only with those who have truly earned the right to witness your struggles, your fears, your wounds. Those who respect your boundaries will never use your weaknesses as weapons. Now, for an exercise that will help you cultivate this quiet power. For 1 week, practice speaking less. Respond with fewer words. Don't offer explanations unless necessary. Be direct, concise, and clear. Watch how people react when you hold back information. See how others behave when they no longer have complete access to your thoughts and plans. This practice of silence is not about being cold or distant. It's about protecting your energy, valuing your presence, and recognizing that not everyone deserves to know everything about you. When you master the art of silence, you'll notice a profound shift in how others perceive you. Some will find it uncomfortable. They'll be unnerved because they can't predict you. Others will admire your poise, your ability to hold your ground without revealing too much. They'll see in you a person who possesses an unshakable sense of self, a person who is not easily manipulated by others' desires. And some will become obsessed, trying to decipher you, to figure out what makes you tick, because the unknown is always far more intriguing than the predictable. But there's more. True power doesn't just come from controlling your words. It also comes from learning to prioritize yourself. When you prioritize yourself, the entire dynamic of your relationships changes. Too many people live their lives putting everyone else first. They sacrifice their time, their energy, their well-being, all in the name of pleasing others, of fitting in, of being accepted. This is the mistake that makes them weak. When you constantly put others ahead of yourself, you give them control over your life, your decisions, and your future. But when you finally make the conscious choice to put yourself first, everything shifts. Carl Jung spoke about the importance of becoming a complete, independent person. He emphasized the necessity of individuation, the process of becoming whole, by integrating all aspects of yourself. But this can never happen if you continue to sacrifice your needs for the sake of others who would never do the same for you. Those who have mastered the art of being unattainable understand this truth. They know that prioritizing themselves isn't selfish. It's self-love. And that's the difference. Selfishness is demanding without giving. Self-love, however, is about giving without allowing yourself to be drained. When you begin to prioritize your needs, others will begin to see you differently. No longer will you be an easy target, someone they can manipulate for their benefit. Instead, you'll become someone with standards, someone who commands respect. And people, whether they admit it or not, respect those who have standards. If you continue to put others first, you will always be an option, never a priority. People will take advantage of your willingness to please them, and you will find yourself drained, constantly giving but never receiving in return. But when you prioritize yourself, you stop being a convenience. You stop being an option. You become the person who commands respect, who sets boundaries, and who values their time and energy. It's not just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself. Learn to say no without guilt. You don't owe anyone an explanation. A simple no, thank you is all that's needed. Stop giving without reciprocity. If you constantly find yourself giving without receiving anything in return, it's time to reassess who's truly in your corner. Cut ties with those who drain you and invest time and energy in yourself first. Your peace of mind is more important than anyone else's comfort. This isn't selfishness. It's self-preservation. And once you start making yourself a priority, people will start to treat you differently. The ones who truly value you will respect your space and boundaries. The ones who are only using you for their benefit will start to fade away. And that is exactly what you want. You deserve to be valued. You deserve to be treated with the same respect you offer others. When you prioritize yourself, the world starts responding to you differently. You no longer chase approval. And as a result, people begin to seek you out. Opportunities come to you effortlessly. Those who once ignored you will suddenly want to be around you. You'll develop a presence that can't be ignored. A presence that doesn't need to be loud to be noticed. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. So, let this be your truth. When you prioritize yourself, you shift the power dynamic in your favor. You stop existing on the terms of others, and the world starts responding to you on your terms. And that, my friend, is when you become truly untouchable. Fact number 2, your presence, when you truly understand your worth, becomes more powerful without you needing to say a single word. People who have mastered the art of being unattainable don't spend their lives trying to prove anything to anyone. They don't crave the spotlight, they don't seek out constant approval, and they certainly don't go out of their way to impress. And yet, despite this, they somehow manage to stand out effortlessly. Why? Because their self-assurance, their unshakable confidence, is magnetic. It's subtle, but incredibly powerful. Think about the contrast. There's the person who constantly seeks validation, the one who talks too much, fills the room with noise, and desperately strives to fit in. They're chasing attention, desperate for approval. Then there's the truly unattainable person. They simply exist, radiating a calm, unwavering energy. They don't need to convince anyone of their worth. They don't need to explain themselves or prove their intentions. Their presence alone commands attention and respect. Here's the crucial point. When you reach this level of self-assurance, people begin to treat you as someone worth knowing. They see you as someone who has value, someone who doesn't need to beg for recognition. The irony is that by not seeking attention, you attract it in abundance. It's the law of attraction in its purest form. People want to be around you not because you begged them to notice you, but because your confidence and sense of self are magnetic. But here's the real challenge. Getting to this level of unattainability is one thing, but maintaining it is another. It takes effort, self-awareness, and the ability to stand firm in your sense of self. So, how do you solidify this state of being and never slip back into old habits? How do you make sure you never become someone others can manipulate or control again? There are 3 key principles to remember, and they will keep you anchored in your power, protecting you from the influence of those who want to bring you down. 1. Never put anyone above your peace. If someone in your life makes you doubt your worth, makes you feel less than you are, then they do not deserve a place in your life. You must protect your inner peace at all costs. Never compromise your mental well-being for the comfort of others. If someone's presence disturbs your peace, it's time to reconsider their place in your life. Peace is non-negotiable. 2. Do not explain or justify yourself. When you make a decision, stand by it with unwavering confidence. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices. You don't need to convince anyone that you're doing the right thing. The more you explain, the more you invite others to question your choices. Instead, trust yourself, make the decision, and move forward. The people who truly respect you won't need an explanation. They'll understand and appreciate your strength. 3. Surround yourself with like-minded people. To maintain this state of power, you must surround yourself with people who share this same mindset, those who value self-assurance and independence. If you fill your life with insecure people who constantly seek validation, they will inevitably drag you back into the cycle of doubt and approval seeking. Choose to be around individuals who are confident in themselves and who don't need constant reassurance. Their energy will lift you higher and help you maintain your sense of self-worth. By living these principles, you will not only reach the level of unattainability, but you will also protect that space, keeping it sacred and untouchable. When you prioritize your peace, stop justifying your existence, and align yourself with people who elevate you, you solidify your power and your worth. And the world will respond to you in a way you've never experienced before, because you'll have become someone who commands respect, not because you asked for it, but because you already possess it. Fact number 3. When you become unattainable, social dynamics shift dramatically in your favor. Being unattainable doesn't just make people see you differently, it alters the entire playing field. The people who once ignored you or took you for granted now find themselves seeking you out. The ones who thought they could easily manipulate you suddenly feel a sense of discomfort in your presence, as if they no longer have the power they once did. And it doesn't stop there. Opportunities begin to come your way effortlessly. The world starts recognizing your energy, your presence, and the quiet confidence that you radiate. People can sense when someone knows their worth, and that alone opens doors. The beauty of being unattainable is that you no longer chase after what you want. It begins to chase you. People start noticing the power of your silence, your calm confidence, and your unshakable self-assurance. You no longer need to prove yourself, and that is exactly when the world takes notice. The energy you carry is a reflection of someone whole, someone who doesn't need the validation of others to feel complete. And this is magnetic. It pulls people toward you, even if you never sought their attention in the first place. To truly maintain this mindset, here's an exercise for you. If you want to ensure you never lose this unshakable state, try this for 1 week. Become an observer of your behavior and the people around you. Pay close attention to who tries to get your attention. Ask yourself if they truly deserve it. When you feel the urge to explain or justify yourself, pause and choose silence instead. Eliminate any behavior that hints at desperation for acceptance. You don't owe anyone your energy or your time unless they've earned it. Every time you find yourself seeking validation or approval, take a step back and remind yourself, you are already enough. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. At the end of each day, reflect on how you behaved. Did you act from a place of security and self-assurance, or did you act out of a need for validation? Were you secure in who you are, or did you feel compelled to seek approval? This daily reflection will keep you grounded and aligned with your true self, reminding you of the strength that comes from standing firm in your worth. What happens when you finally reach this level of unattainability? When you let go of your need for validation, the world begins to respond to you in ways you've never experienced. People start admiring you, but they won't always understand why. There's something about you that draws them in, yet they can't put their finger on it. You begin to feel a freedom you've never known, because you no longer need anything from anyone to feel whole. The desire to prove yourself dissipates, and in its place, a quiet power emerges. Here's the crucial difference. When you no longer seek approval, attention, or validation, you become someone others want to seek out. People start coming to you, not because you chase them, but because your energy is magnetic. And that's the true essence of becoming unattainable. You don't chase, you attract. But to get to this point, you must release everything that once made you dependent on the external world. Let go of the need for validation, and watch as the world begins to respond to you in a completely new way. This is what separates those who are trapped by the expectations of others from those who have truly mastered the art of being unattainable. When you stop seeking external approval, you free yourself from the chains that once bound you, and in doing so, you become a force of nature, one that can no longer be ignored. So, what have you learned from all of this? Have you realized the power of silence, the strength in prioritizing yourself, or the magnetic effect of being unattainable? These are not just concepts to think about, they are principles to live by. The real question now is, what is one thing you'll take away from today's video and apply to your life? I want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and let me know which lesson resonated with you the most and how you plan to incorporate it into your life. Your experience might just inspire someone else on their journey. And remember, if you found value in this video, please hit that like button, share it with those who need to hear this message, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.